Alright. Let's see. I'll just make sure this is still working. Okay, looks like we're good. Alright, and then we're back. So welcome back everyone. We're still playing Purrfect Date. Turns out if we do our last research, we will go off the island. So it's not something we want to do yet. We don't have any recons open, so we're doing more romance. And I still don't understand why Snooty Booty is not about us. But good old McMurphy, he's all about this human kitty romance. Which, it looks like something's happening at night. Put my fork down. Need to have all my attention on this kitty. When I see McMurphy curled asleep. Oh my god. He's in my bed waiting for me. McMurphy, you're getting fur all over everything. Oh, hi there, Cara. You're back late, you rapscallion. Why are you in my bed? Oh, come now. We both knew I'd get in your bed eventually, didn't we? My hand reaches up for the spray bottle, but McMurphy throws up his paws defensively. I'm an unarmed cat, Cara. And actually came to give you something for good behavior. Don't make me send it back now. Give me something? What? Sure, now you're listening. I found something that might just interest you. If it's more of that grog, McMurphy, I can assure you I'm not interested in the slightest. I sit on the end of my bunk and push him off my pillow, but allow him to stay on the bed. As he moves reluctantly aside, I see a black corner poking out from under my blanket. What's that? Why don't you take a look? I eye him skeptically, nervous of what he's roping me into now. Tell me what it is first. Well, yeah, just pick it up, Cara. It won't bite. I carefully reach for it and realize it's a small leather book, beautifully aged and yet seems to be in good condition. I open it as gently as I can, for fear that it might turn to ash in my hands. On the first page, smudged and faded, but not destroyed by time or water, are the words, Captain's Log. I can't stop myself from gasping out loud. Oh, Murph! Where? How did you find this? There's a lot you can find at the bottom of a bottle, or 12. I am impressed. Impressed? Speechless! I could kiss your furry head. Well, don't let me stand in the way of you and your passion. I hardly notice he's still speaking, as I've begun trying to decipher the entries, and I'm instantly engrossed. 1789. The men are getting restless. I begin to fear for the continued safe running of this vessel, my vessel, of which they are in mind to take ownership if my captain's instincts serve me right. Are you listening? Oh, sorry, what? I said maybe I should leave you to it then. Yes. No, wait. McMurphy, tell me where you really got this from. Was it in the treasure chest? No, Cara. Would you believe it? That thing was full of nothing but sand and salt water. That bit of treasure, on the other hand, I found at the bottom of one of my crates of grog, hidden in between the bottles. But this belongs to a captain. Why would it be with the crew's provisions? I'll let you figure that one out, Brainiac. Think of it as a puzzle to keep you amused on all of your cold, lonely nights. McMurphy smirks and saunters out of my tent. Ooh, McMurphy. Yeah, that unlocked a recon. Gonna go do the recon. Alright. Now, I wonder if that was actually a result of hitting the heart icon, or if that was going to happen the whole time. Alright. I felt an almighty crash, and then silence and stillness everywhere. It took a few seconds to gather my thoughts and understand what had happened here. If it would ever really be possible to understand this godforsaken place, and how we could have got so far off course to reach here. But in that moment, immediately after we hit the rocks, I knew two things. I was alive, and we were on land, and I felt grateful. It felt like a chance at survival. Oh, no, I hit too fast. Oh well. Darkness was falling fast, but I needed to make sure we would be safe in this unexplored terrain. Who knew what would happen during the long night? What creatures it may bring, even what strange Even what strange meteorological anomalies. Looking at the sky, I felt anything was possible, and we ought to be prepared. We had to work fast. I assembled the men, braggle-taggle though we were, into some kind of orderly unit, in the hope that the familiarity of discipline would raise morale. We were all tired, cold, and hungry. Some of us needed medical attention. This was not going to be easy, but it was what I was trained for, and I would rather die than let my men down. We need to make some shelter. My voice sounded thin and weak against the sound of the waves crashing. At first light, I looked around and began to take stock properly. It was gratifying to see that the temporary shelter we cobbled together last night was still intact, and no disasters had befallen us to add to the difficulties we were already burdened with. Considering the conditions we erected this makeshift cover in, and how short a time, I felt heartened for the first time since we were out at sea, before the strange electrical storm began that ended with us being thrust here against the unforgiving rocks of this terrifying place. We could do so much more with daylight on our side and food in our bellies. Alright, so they were shipwrecked. Probably the first inhabitants. We don't know how they survived. Most likely they weren't rescued. Okay. Alright, he puts the book away. And there's another piece of paper that falls in. Sally, I know you worry for me, but do not. The men do not treat me bad. They give me food and do not beat me so much anymore. The captain is not so fearsome as what they say, as giving me lessons on my writing. I am improving. I practice all night because I can't sleep. I work hard, sometimes till my hands crack and bleed, but I still use them every morning to pray for you, that you are safe and well, and that we will be together once again. I miss you so much. The seas have not been smooth. Sometimes I worry that we will capsize completely and be lost out here forever, but I would swim the widest ocean back to you, my sweet sister. I hope you are practicing your writing too. I would like to read your clever poems again. Your loving brother, Jim. Alright. Very tragic, very sad. We gotta rest. Oh. There are waves crashing. The sound is so loud I can't make myself be heard, but I still scream to the life raft that's moving away from the sinking ship. I'm going down with this ship. It's being thrashed against the sides of the old wooden vessel. This isn't right. The ship looks wrong. A cat's face looms close up to mine. Everything is wrong. All of it. Whoa! Chungers! It's all catalicious now. Suddenly I'm flying. I'm in the claws of some enormous bird. The beating wings are deafening. I look down to see the ground approaching really fast. You can drop through the break. What does that mean? What break? What break? Breakfast. Rise and shine from Mrs. Marigold. I don't remember meeting her before. Alright. It's time. We're turning into a cat. Still, no one else to talk to except McMurphy. Really annoying. Don't appreciate it. Look at that star. And now take yourself 1,000 miles beyond it and tell me what you see. McMurphy, what are you talking about? Just do it, Kara. That big shiny one way up there. Go 1,000 miles beyond and tell me where you get to. I smile. I'm partying on Venus. Oh yeah? There's so many goddesses here, McMurphy. They're all naked. You should see this. The laughing stops, or maybe it was only in my head to begin with. I look down at the fluffy cat who seems far from his usual self. You okay, kitty cat? I think there's a big pub up in that sky. McMurphy grins and closes his eyes. And there I am. My big human toes warming by the fireplace, and my long hair the same dark golden color as the ale I have in my man hand. They're singing, lots of it, and people dancing all around. Those that can't find space to dance on the floor, dance on the tables, naturally. There's an old sky pirate in the corner, telling his stories to anyone who will listen, of the time he sailed to Jupiter or Mars. And you're there too, of course. You're sat right next to me. We've unlimited drinks because we're famous in these parts. We're practically royalty. Ale, stout, beer, whiskey too. They just keep coming. When it gets dark and the place is quiet, we sneak out back to the beer garden. There's a clear view of Earth from where we're sitting. We don't miss it. McMurphy spits. We talk about our adventures, about how we sailed off the Stam Island, and how the ship became airborne. We talk about how we fought the big-breasted, bloodthirsty alien wenches of the Emerald Star, and how we had to charm our way out of the space slug's lair. And I reckon we'd have a lot of fun. Of course, you wouldn't be able to keep your paws off me. You'd be begging for a kiss, and I'd be saying, "Now, Cara, I'm not a piece of meat, you know." And you'd be saying, "Oh, McMurphy, please, just one of your world-famous kisses, the fancy French kind." And I'd be saying, "Please, Cara, control yourself." I start snickering again. What are you laughing at? You? Are you trying to say that you wouldn't be all over me if I was a human? Of course I wouldn't. Ouch. Now don't be mean. You'd be the one begging me for a kiss. What on earth gives you that idea? Ah, top of the morning, Cara. I love you so much, to be sure. Give me a smacker, begorra. That is so offensive. I stop laughing. I went a little too far there. I'm sorry. McMurphy lets out a wry smile. Well, maybe I would try to steal a little kiss. Who could blame me? You wouldn't get one. McMurphy's smile disappears. You know something, Cara? Huh? I think I should just come out and say it. Say what? You're right. Or you're all right. There's a pause. Not an uncomfortable pause, just a slightly confusing one. You're all right, too. McMurphy is gazing at the stars. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a strange feeling. I'm used to being a step ahead of everybody. Well, 2 steps ahead of you. Hey, don't be rude, Murph. I laugh. McMurphy grins. This feeling, it isn't new to me, but I'm not sure what it is. All I know is that you get me in a way no one has before, and I get you too, even if you don't care to admit it. I guess it's time to let the cat out of the bag. I've become attached to you in these last few weeks. You've captured my heart, and I don't want to be without you, Kara. You have my heart. Wow, I wasn't expecting that, McMurphy. I haven't had so much fun, felt so free, or been as happy as the time I've spent with you. I don't think I'd care to be without you either. You have my heart. To my surprise, McMurphy looks visibly relieved. Well, Kara, I look forward to many more adventures with you. Relationship goals, McMurphy. Alright. Got that great Murph. Alright. Might as well do our research. Yeah, we've done it all. All it was left was take another nap, but we're having nightmares now. About to die. Turn into a cat forever. Alright, research 16. Let's go! Finally, the professor. We haven't seen Professor in so long. Alright. We're gonna go hiking with Professor Popper. He's waiting outside for us. Let's go. Field work. Gives me a backpack. It's full but light. Alright. Not many dense items. After some serious walking with me struggling to keep up, the professor stops abruptly and listens. Did you hear that? I don't remember the voice I did for the professor. Oh well. We're almost there. Secretly, I'm relieved, as I don't think I could go much further. Just a little climbing. Climbing? I hide my dismay. Where does he get his energy from? From being a cat at night? It's just at the top there. It's not as difficult to climb as it looks. We are in front of an almost vertical rock face. Just copy me. He clambers up expertly. We fall on our bum. And again we fall. We manage to climb up just enough to take hold of him, and he lifts me the rest of the way. His strength is impressive. Curious, even. Not a fan of climbing, eh? Can't say I've done much of it, Professor. Come along, then. I can get you there. He pretty much pulls me all the way to the top, and then leads me to the entrance of a small cave. The sound of running water is very loud now. I instantly see why. A natural spring has cut its way through the rock and created a beautiful cascade of sparkling clear water. It looks delicious. I kneel down without thinking and begin to drink. It tastes amazing. As I come up for a breath, I see the professor looking at me with suspicion. You should know better. It's never wise under any circumstances to ingest something that is unproven. But here, on this island, it would be prudent to exercise more caution than usual. I feel embarrassed at my lack of consideration. Yes, of course, sir, I wasn't thinking. I felt so thirsty and it looked so good. I do understand. Many have made the same error. Fortunately for you, this is tried and tested for safe consumption. It's good, don't you think? My body feels suddenly re-energized. I feel like I climb any wall. It's incredible. I feel fantastic. What's in it? We don't know. That's why we're here. We need more samples. We've been studying this water for months now, and we still know very little about it. Check your bag. I open my bag. It's full to the brim with empty plastic bottles. We'll need to fill all these with water. We're going to need as much as we can carry. I do as he says, but by the time all the bottles are full and back in my bag, it weighs a ton. But I feel like I can lift anything. The effect of the water is powerful. The professor has also packed his own rucksack with bottles. That should do for now. Let's get these back. As we make our way down the rock face and back to camp, I have no problem keeping up with the professor. I feel I could run all the way. However, as we get closer to home, I start to feel the effect wear off. My bag becomes unbearably heavy. The final limp into camp is torture. I need to rest. Ooh, Fountain of Youth. Magic Springs. Alright, we're gathering our thoughts. Up until now, it's been easy to cover up my transition. Even the stub of a tail that appeared a few days ago hasn't been a problem. Who'd see it? But this new development is definitely a turning point. How am I going to explain the fact that my pupils have turned into vertical slits? I can't risk anyone seeing me like this, so I'm going to hide out for a while and see what happens. This reminds me of Always Sunny. It's a beautiful night, and McMurphy and I are laying on the sand by the old shipwrecks, relaxed in the way that only cats can be. Where I remember back to all the anxiety and stress I used to live with, the endless hours fretting over the antidote research, it makes my fur stand up. I thought our lives depended on it. It was my love for McMurphy that finally got me to see sense. Why was I so desperate to make him the same as me? Hadn't I fallen for him the way he was? So I decided to turn it on its head and become like him. I lose track after 30. We're laying out under the stars. I can't help smiling to myself when I remember how cold I used to think it was at night. Mac used to rib me for whining. Now here I am, as snug as can be, counting the stars with the cat I love more than anything else in the world. You see, the trouble is, Cara, you're thinking like a scientist. What do you mean? Look at me, I'm a cute little kitty. So when you count the stars, you begin at 1 and assume you're going to keep chanting numbers until you've quantified the whole entire galaxy. He laughs until his eyes twinkle with moisture. Oh yeah? Go on then, Murph the Wise, enlighten me on a better way of counting. So if you ask me how many stars there are, I take an overall squint at the sky, judge how cloudy or clear it is, and decide if there's enough light to hunt. Not too much is the right amount for that, by the way, or too little light for a snooze, best when it's bright, or just enough to steal a kiss from your sweetheart. And judging by this sky tonight, he nuzzles into my fur, and I'm the happiest cat in the universe. Chapter 1 complete. I've had only 2 out of 3 successful dates. Ending achieved. Huh, alright. We've only seen 9% of the game then. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I'm going to call it there. We'll come back to this and see what's up. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.